How's it going, everyone? Matt Leighton, and welcome back to another real estate video. Today is all about title companies. Universal Title is going to help us out with an expert here, Sarah. Sarah, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I am doing excellent. We got a killer view behind us. Hopefully it's not so good where you can't see us. I've completely adjusted the brightness on the camera, which I will adjust after the fact to make us look good. She doesn't need to look good, I need to look a lot better. But either way, we're gonna be talking about the top 5 smoothest things you can do, the top 5 best things you can do to have the smoothest closing ever. Because in real estate, you jump through so many hoops. You have to work with me, then you have to work with a mortgage officer, then you have to work with a title company, home inspectors, termite, all of the above. And the last thing you wanna have happen is to get to the title company, meet Sarah, and for something to not go the way it should. So that's why we're here. And Sarah, why don't we start off with the top 5 things that we can do to have a smooth close?
Okay. My number one goal for closings is to have everything go smoothly. I want a smooth transaction. I don't want anyone to be surprised when they come to the table. Number one, I want everyone to know the numbers. So get the numbers beforehand, read them, know how much money you are bringing to the table, and certainly know your bank account information so that we can wire that bank account information to you.
And that's a good one. Let's talk about that one for a sec, because everything is so regulated these days that you're gonna get this maybe the final numbers maybe like a week in advance, or maybe like a couple days, maybe 3 or 4 days. So you have the opportunity to review it then. Realistically, like, you shouldn't even be asking questions at the closing table. I know that kind of sounds ridiculous, but like, you have like a week before to ask what the congestion relief goes to, and ask, you know, what the taxes are and all that stuff. So you're provided with every opportunity to review the documents, and you should take advantage of that time window.
Another thing, be available. Don't go on vacation the day after closing or when the other side is supposed to close. You know, nothing is perfect. We like everything to be perfect, but that's an ideal world. So if we need another signature from you, or if we have a question, if we for some reason can't seem to figure out the wiring instructions you've provided us with, we need you to be available to answer those questions for us. Make sure we have your updated contact information. Yeah,
I think this one is a bigger one than it may seem, because everyone loves to travel and everyone is, you know, planning out their vacations. It's the summer. I don't have any vacations because I like to work in the summer. But I think I've worked with clients that have taken trips to Japan while we've tried to close, Hawaii, and then one even was in the Marine Corps, I think, and kind of just didn't text me back, which I'm used to personally, but in real estate I shouldn't be used to that. So really, if you will be going out of town, let your real estate agent know and let the title company know so everyone's on the same page.
Don't get too excited to spend that money until you have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the other thing, know your lender documents and review them with your lender beforehand. When someone comes to the closing table and they've seen the lender documents and they know what they are and they're expecting what's in front of them, it just goes for so much of a smoother transition. The truth of the matter is, we received the lender documents as a title company, you know, relatively right beforehand, and we've reviewed them, but if you already know what they are and you've already talked to your lender and asked any questions to that lender, I mean, that's just gonna make for all the better transition.
Definitely. I have nothing to add to that one. That was well said.
And then also, as a title company, we send you a welcome document at the beginning of the closing after the contract's been ratified and submitted to Universal Title. It asks a number of questions. So many times people don't read that letter or respond or ask questions before closing. They come to the closing table and they want to know what title insurance is. Well, you've already actually selected your title insurance policy by then, hopefully, and it's included in the closing disclosure. So if you read that document and you respond and you ask questions beforehand, then it's just going to be very smooth. You'll definitely want to know about title insurance. You'll want to ask questions beforehand. Also, you'll want to know how you're taking tenancy. If it's tenants in common or tenants by the entirety. If you don't know what that is, you should be calling your title company and asking them those questions.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of additional stress that's pushed on to first-time home buyers especially, and other home buyers, because a friend said that buying a house was stressful and that closing, there were all these speed bumps that things come up. But I think in a sense you need to be a little more trusting, and if you just follow the directions, you know, I'm not a big Philadelphia 76ers fans, but if you just trust the process, Joel Embiid, little Joel Embiid reference, but if you just trust the process, that if you follow directions, if you reply to Sarah's email and you remember everything, then things are actually going to be surprisingly smooth. So do you have anything else you'd like to add? Why don't you tell the people how they can connect with Universal Title, where you're located, and how they can get in touch with you?
We have many offices, but our office that we're talking to you from right now is in Arlington. We are just out of the courthouse area, and we have a lovely view on Wilson Boulevard off the 5th floor.
Excellent. It is walking distance to the ABC liquor store, so if you would like to celebrate after the fact, Sarah and I probably couldn't drink with you, but
coincidentally your office as well.
And my office is strategically placed where it is, next to the ABC store, but right in the heart of courthouse. So be sure to check out Universal Title when you get the chance. I'll list and link Sarah's information in the description below, so if you have any questions, you can follow up with her. That's all we got. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, create a productive day. Take care.